continuing our grand tour of South Carolina Highway 421. Grand only in the sense that I'm doing the entire 10-mile stretch, and we're going to talk about all the little towns and the little mystery buildings that are along the route. As usual, I'm asking for viewer participation because I'm not sure about what some of these buildings are, and if you know, please put it in the comments. The overpass in Bath that goes over the railroad tracks is dedicated to William Henry Billy Jones. I have tried to find information on this and I just can't seem to find a website or anything that has the information about who Mr. Jones was. Does anyone know, and can you please comment below? This is McKinney Street, and it's one of the streets that lead down into a little community that's called Johnstown. Does anyone know where Johnstown got its name from? This is Dixie Clay Road that goes to the right and it connects to Pine Log Road. This is Railroad Street that goes to the left. They have reconfigured Railroad Street. They've made it now to where Railroad Street goes straight across the railroad tracks. That wasn't there before, and it connects to Front Street. This was the best thing they ever did for Front Street area, because before, Railroad Street would bear to the right behind the post office, and you'd have to go down just a little farther before you could turn left back over the railroad tracks. Now we're going to backtrack and do the side view of the same section that we just drove. This is the bridge over Horse Creek. Gets confusing here because the first bridge that they just reconstructed is Little Horse Creek, and the bridge before the overpass is Horse Creek. And this is the William Henry Billy Jones Bridge, which is actually an overpass over the railroad. Here is McKinney Street that goes down into Johnstown. We'll call this mystery building number 1, and the reason I'm doing that is this used to be a car wash in the 1980s. It had 4 open bays, but I don't remember what it was called. Does anybody remember? Please put that in the comments. I know at one point the building on the left was a meat market. I had notes on that. I have so many notes, I lost the notes to it. Does anyone know what the name of the meat market was? After that, it was Carolina Tire that was operated by Diane. That was during the late 80s and 90s. Passing Dixie Clay Road. We're going to continue forward on our way through Bath, and we're going to stop this segment at Lions Trail, and then we'll do the side view. Apologies for whatever is rattling in this video. I think that the camera was loose in the holder, so apologies for that. This is School Road. It is named that because Bath Elementary used to be at the end of the road at the top of the hill. It connects back over to Dixie Clay Road. Now the property that was the school is the Midland Valley Fire Department, which was the Bath Fire Department, but they changed their name and moved. This is also the road that Bath First Baptist Church is on. This is Mentor Street. This is the street that the Bath Water Tower is located on, and Mentor Street connects Highway 421 to Dixie Clay Road. This is Henderson Street. It connects to Mentor Street. This is where the Bath Pool Hall is located. Oh boy, how many of you remember this railroad crossing? This crossing was the bane of all tires during the 70s, 80s, and most of the 90s. This was the roughest railroad crossing on Highway 421. You had to be sure you were going really slow or you were going to bust a tire right here. This is Lions Trail, named so because that's the mascot that was LBC High School. It is now LBC Middle School. Lions Trail connects to Bryan Drive, which connects to Anthony Drive, which kind of makes a circle. This is where LBC Middle School and Midland Valley Lions Club is located. Back to the side view now. This building at one point I think was some kind of grocery store, but I'm not sure. If someone can leave a comment below. In the 90s, this was Pleasureland Video. Part of the building has been cut away, and most recently it was a street market / flea market, and now it's empty once again. This is the corner of Dixie Clay and Highway 421. This was Bath Pharmacy. I think they closed in the 90s, and I think the pharmacist here was Gus. They also sold and rented specialty medical equipment. This section of 421 that's on both sides of the Veterans Park has the cutest little mill houses. And this is School Road once again. The school building, which is torn down now, sat at the end of the road there up on the hill. I'm planning on doing a video about all the schools that were throughout the valley. That's taken a little bit of research. This is Mentor Street, the side view. I was trying to take a nice photo of the water tower, but there were too many power lines in the way. This is Henderson Street. There's the Bath pool room there. This rail is a dedicated track that runs into Vanderbilt Minerals to transport kaolin that is mined there. It passes behind LBC Middle School. It crosses Flint Drive near Jefferson Elementary, and then it runs parallel with Dixie Clay Road and runs down into the clay pit at Vanderbilt Minerals. This is the entrance to LBC Middle School on Lions Trail. We're going to continue north on South Carolina Highway 421. On the left, you'll see the Midland Valley Veterans Park. Be sure to visit our Veterans Park to support our Valley veterans. I think I'm going to end this next little section at Anthony Drive. This is a major intersection on Highway 421 called Bath Crossing. The name of this cut-through road is Anthony Drive. To the left, it connects to US Highway 1, the Aiken-Augusta Highway. To the right, it's actually a loop that comes back out on Highway 421 in Burnettown, but it crosses over Lee Drive in the process. There's another little street here that bears back to the right and kind of circles back towards the middle school. It's called Hill Street. Now let's take a look at that side view between Lions Trail and Anthony Drive. Just behind this house on Hill Street was a little shop called Buddy's Peanuts. I used to love going in Buddy's. You could go in there and buy 50-pound bags of potatoes and things like that. But what he was most famous for was his peanuts. You could buy them roasted or boiled. We'd always stop by there before a baseball game and pick up some peanuts. He'd fill up a brown paper lunch bag full. I don't know which ones I liked better, the roasted or the boiled. Okay, now you can see how Anthony Drive and Hill Street kind of V off here from Highway 421. That's Anthony Drive on the left, and that's Hill Street on the right. This little store has been many things throughout the years. I'm probably always going to call it the pantry because that's what it was in the 70s and early 80s. And then it became the depot, and it stayed that for many years. And now it's a Circle K. We're going to continue north on South Carolina Highway 421. This little community between Bath and Burnettown is called Linwood. There used to be a sign right here on the right-hand side of the road that designated that. I think it includes all of the houses that are around Lee Drive and Anthony Drive. This is Lee Drive. I will talk about it a little bit more in just a second. Now we're going to take a look at the section that's between both ends of Anthony Drive. This is Lee Drive. Several roads intersect Lee Drive, including Anthony Drive and Flint Drive. Lee Drive connects to Huber Clay Road in the curve at the kaolin mine. This also used to be the way to get to the Aiken County landfill, which used to be off of Daly Drive. That concludes part one of the Bath Grand Tour. I'm going to do the southbound side in a separate video.